I love this conversation around relationships and the importance of building relationships, and even the way conflict kind of intersects with relationships. How does this look in a college classroom? Like, what does that look like?
Yes. It means acknowledging when there's conflict or when there's disagreement or differing opinion, and maybe even sometimes evoking it. So we do a lot of things where someone speaks and maybe they speak kind of strongly with a perspective. So I will try and steer that to say, I hear this, here's what we're here saying, who has a different perspective? And try to raise that to the fore. Or if there's a piece going on where people are trying to think through different ideas, or you can feel the rub that's starting to happen for them interpersonally, I often create the pause. I just say, pause. Let's parse out what the issues are before we go any further. And those, I think, just teach them skills about how do I listen well, how do I hear what someone whom I disagree with is trying to say, and how do I actually figure out and untangle what's involved. Because usually when we've got disagreements, that we're coming from different places in them. And to come together, we have to do that parsing out. What are the issues here? Where might we find some agreement, and where can we acknowledge that there is disagreement? The classroom is a great place to try and hammer some of that out. And it also means that there's lots of space for students to talk to each other, to get their thoughts going. So if you think of a person that just can talk all the time, always has something to say, but then you have the other individual that's reflective, that's sitting and they're processing and their words don't come as quickly. So we spend a lot of time turning to someone or turning in small groups or having a pause to write in order to get themselves and their words together. I teach a course online, and I thought that would feel very disconnected as community. And I actually have found it's maybe one of the best places to do some theological work. So we have an online discussion in a Facebook group all at the same time for an hour and a half. And it's a beautiful thing to watch the student who talks a lot, who has everything to say, have to be quiet because their fingers don't move that fast and they're trying to read what other students post, or the student that's processing and trying to rethink what they think about something, and they write something, they reread it, they change a word, then they post it. Well, then another person gets to like it, or 5 people like it and 6 don't. And then we've got right there some opportunities to be able to think about where we agree, where we disagree, and how we might parse some of that out together. Yeah, there's real opportunity in the classroom to be teaching skills where we might figure out what to do with our differing wills as Christians.